All right, welcome back, guys. We're doing something new today. I runed up a new RTA style during the 5-day free rune removal just to try it out. So this is not the style. That was from before. I guess I've only done a few matches. Here we go. That's where it starts. So it's based around Gemini Triton as double buff remover, and then Charlotte Bael, which I tried this before without real runes, but it's Charlotte Bael as boosters slash damage slash control, with Charlotte obviously being better control, and then a flex pick, which might be Raki, might be Poseidon. It's a flex pick. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to look at some ways that it wins and some ways that it loses, so that you can kind of get a sense of what the team's about. So this is a win. You can tell from the replay. So let's go ahead and watch. It's interesting. It's quick matches, but it has different counters, different pick ban, and so I don't quite have it down. Obviously, I just started. But it's different. It's kind of fun. This guy's playing something I know, which is kind of nice. So I go with the Raki because he's got the double revive. So Triton goes first because Triton's fast. Gets the pushback. And then Charlotte pushes it all the way back with a buff for you. So if Charlotte gets 100% of what she's supposed to do, you push them back 90 and you gain 20. So it's 1.1 bars total between the two of you, which is pretty good because Hathor is 2 full bars for both teams plus one other person's whole bar, if that makes sense. The 2 turns to sleep are 2 full bars, and the 1 bar reduces all the way plus the 30%. So Hathor's almost 3 full bars. So Charlotte's like 1/3 of Hathor with that skill. So anyway, let's watch. Raki goes. Devil's Bargain. And then we'll go for the perma kill. Get it. And he's done. He's done doing stuff. This is the only stun I have on this team, but see the good damage there on the Triana with the Charlotte? That's kind of the thought. The Raki actually might be more important than I initially imagined because, like, watching this now, some of the losses, I think, suffer from no defense break, and Raki brings it, you know? She brings defense break at very little negative cost. So I might need to put her in more kind of regardless of outcome because there's so many good matchups for her that not really a bad call. Double win, double fire. The main thing though you'll see as we see some losses too is the team doesn't like to play too many rounds. Like the more rounds you play, there's probably some quantifiable number, but like let's say the other team takes 5 full turns, you probably lose. Like you don't want them taking turns. You can't handle it. This one's actually closer than I would have liked. Can we go faster? Yeah. And so that's how that goes. Now it's double wind against water, so you can see how that one goes. So that was a first win. And we're still in the fighter range, but these fighter matches they're no joke, you know? Let's see, where was I? I was down here somewhere. I think that's too far. I think there's that guy. Wasn't it? Was that guy? No, it was a different guy. Not far enough. This guy. This was the guy. All right. So that was a win. Here's a loss. So let's look for another win. Here's another win. Here's the matchup. Kind of a Japanese cleave with double speed lead kind of a thing. So let's take a look. It relies on taking turn 1, and it relies on getting strips, like a lot. So if you don't do those 2 things, you're in trouble. So you got to have Swift runes to make it work. But you pick assuming your Swift runes are good enough, so you don't necessarily have to ban speed leads. So it's independent of speed. You just take 2 leads and you go. So that was nice. We did the skill 2. Here's the skill 3. Which is just devastating damage, like 20k, just wrecks the team. And then we shatter, and then he goes again, and we've lapped him, and we're good. So that was ideal. All right, so that was a win. That was a loss. I haven't been that far down. Sorry, I'm having trouble finding these matches again. That was the one we just watched. This was the one we just watched. All right, there's a loss. Little baby loss. What's with those points? That's weird. I don't understand that. Loss. Here's a win. A lot of losses. That's kind of a problem. So let's watch the replay. So he first picks Hathor, so he's playing full control, kind of the control meta. Then he goes Jean Juno. I pick the Poseidon early, which I think turned out to be good against that double water. And then I pick Jemire for the second speed lead and the full let's do it again. So I think it's pretty important that Gemini goes first. Doesn't quite get it all because of the resist lead. There we go. And then now we push back more. And then Poseidon goes, we do... Oh, I thought we did skill 2. We did skill 3. The slow is really, really nice. I have 2 units with AoE slow. And then we take all their skills with Triton. And then we just keep going. This is interesting because I've noticed Raki in 2 wins and Poseidon in 2 wins. And I think that's because there's some of my losses where you'll see I bring 4 fast units and no damage unit that's a little slower. So I probably just got to find the right damage units and make sure I get at least 1, you know? Like, Bael is pseudo damage, but not enough to really impact the game. It's like him and Charlotte make 1 damage dealer. And so then this turns into a win. So let's go back. All right. It is the dog. No, that's a cat. The cat face picture. All right. So win. Here's another win. It's nice to watch these and kind of get a sense of what I'm doing. Another Hathor first pick. Is this the same one? No, very different. Okay, so I'm going to pause it. They picked the Mina, which was not fast enough, which is kind of weird. The Chiwu, the Wusa, which is smart against Gemini if you're fast enough, which he's not, you know. The Charlotte's 285, and we'll look at the runes at the end. But getting the Charlotte in there, and we're done. Like, with the defense break and the Poseidon damage, that's good. And the Poseidon has no skill up, so that's pretty nice. Okay, we're basically done. Not a ton of wins. Like, this last one is the final win, I think. Yeah, that's the one we just watched. That is not the one we just watched. Gosh, I'm so lost in these replays. I'm sorry, guys. This is bad. Is that the win? That's the weird loss. Loss, 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 win. That's what we watched. And then win. We watched that. Got it. Back on track. So here's 2 more wins to finish out the set. We'll just watch this one and the next one, and we'll be good. It's a pretty interesting comp. Vanessa first pick, which used to devastate my single target nuke, which is kind of what he's running. I've got 1 speed lead. I'm holding back my 2nd speed lead. I've got to take it now, which I take Jamire. He bans the Gemini, which gives me first turn. Like, there's no way Triton doesn't get first turn. But I really have to make this work. This has to work here. And luckily it does with the attack bar reduce. So I do the bar boost, and then I do skill 3, which has been a great skill. I'm not a fan of that heal, but then see, that's where it's great. Keeping the Jamire, the full refresh, I get to do it all again, and he's out of skills, and I got him all again. So it's pretty devastating when it works, or the person operating the team's brain is working, which is not always the case for me. All right, final win, and then we'll look at all the losses, the sweet losses. This is not a Kenji video here. Here's losses in these, and they're pretty ugly. So he's kind of trying to do what I'm trying to do. I pick my 2nd speed lead early, and then the Raki makes sense to me. He bans the Raki. I get turn 1. See, that was the mistake there, I think, doing the sweeping waves. How do I... Oh, I win this one. There's no mistake. I win. This is going to be great. I'm like, how do I lose? I don't understand. I don't lose. That's how. I win. So I went for skill 2 first there because I looked at the bars and I thought I was good. So that's the final win. All right, let's go look at some losses. Let's go down this time. Maybe that'll make it better. So win, loss. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, gosh. This, I think, is... this loss, I think, is representative of a game we can't win. Just from the pick ban, I think, like, he automatically goes double Reviver, and that should have been a red flag. And then he just goes even more stuff, like he switches to, look at that, that's 5 counters to me still picking into his counters, which, I mean, there's some people that can immediately switch to countering the counters. They've got stuff ruined up, they can recognize it, they do it. That's not me. That's probably like Thompson or somebody like that. But I kind of just got to pick my team and hope for the best. So I lose some of these where I have no chance, right? So let's watch it. Really, he's just going to get too many turns without being dead. I need him to be dead a lot faster. But like every single unit on his team counters me. And I get off to a good start. So I'm not saying it's not impossible. And there's probably some misplays. Like not getting quite enough damage off those dots hurts me. Because he keeps robbing my turns with that Martial Cat. Like I have a little window, but don't quite get it done. Maybe it's just RNG, but no. That was 5 counters with LD. Crazy LD. In the RTA meal. Ironically, my single target wouldn't be so terrible here. I'd probably still lose. There's just too many counters. So, You can kind of see how this is going. That was probably a poor choice, but I'm desperate. I'm desperate. All right, so that was Mr. Guguma. That was our loss there. I think just a bad match. And you're going to always have bad matches. Like, don't, in my opinion, don't try to, here's another loss. Don't try to completely reinvent your team because of a bad matchup or a bad RNG. Like, sometimes you can do nothing wrong and still win. Or still lose. You can do things right and still lose. There we go. All right, so he's super fire heavy. I'm like, okay, I got you. And then he just keeps going fire. This is actually kind of embarrassing that I lose to a full fire team. He bans, as he should, the water threat, which means I should probably have another water threat. Like a Varad would have been... I mean, imagine Varad going instead of Jamire. Like, we win. You know, a speed tune Varad wins this game. So I would call that a pick error on my part, and just wanting to play the Jamire when I should have not. I mean, it's a full fire team. Like, you don't have to be like a genius of RTA to get a clear signal that there's 5 fire units, take a water unit. Like, come on. That was totally my bad. And I lose to a Garo. I do okay, I just straight up lose to a Garo. So maybe Varad doesn't even win if the Garo gets lucky, but yeah, no. I'm okay with that loss. That was Hot Boy VN. Alright, Hot Boy VN. So here's a loss to Cascado. Cascado. Let's see what he's up to. First pick. So that first pick to me means cleave. And I'm like, oh man, he's doing what I want to do. That's not fair. That's my thing. This is actually... I've got a couple losses that are the exact same way. So I banned the booster / buff remover, which I think is smart. Watch this. Lose. To Antares. Straight up. Antares takes my bar booster out of the play with the Bael. The Bael would have boosted me into my other units, and I would have cleared his bar and been good. So, get Antares. I'm calling that one RNG. Yeah, I'm calling that one RNG. That one's RNG. Cascado, that's RNG, bud. Like, no offense. I want to see what's going on here, because I only lost 2 points. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. So I guess I could have banned the Antares and dealt with the Tiana. Maybe that was the play. I don't know. Oh my god, I remember this one too. I think this is another Antares. At first I was like, is Antares a hard counter to me? And then I was like, no. He's a hard counter to anybody that needs a turn desperately, and he stuns them, and that's why you pick him, right? All right, watch this. Boom, same thing. Stuns the Bael. Takes me out. I mean, it might have been a loss anyway, because I let the Verd through, and the Verd was going to get turned anyway, but yeah. Losing the Bael getting no turns, I kind of need people to take turns. All right, so that was the weird little 2-pointer. I don't understand why that was only 2 points. But let's see, it was down here. Mr. Guguma. I think I'm too far down. Where am I? Yeah, I'm way too far down. Oh gosh, I'm lost again. Okay, there's the 2-pointer. So here's another loss. There's kind of a lot of losses. That's a little bit troubling about the comp. I think I'm losing more than I'm winning for sure right now, because I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay, I think that's my first 2 picks always. The Juno is a pretty surprising counter pick. Surprising that it's so good, I guess. And I wonder if the Bael's the right pick here, because I don't really care about Josephine, because I'm not stunning. The only one that stuns is Charlotte's second skill. No one's on Despair, even though maybe they should be. So Josephine I'm not too worried about. Problem here is missing the strip on the Fran is the problem. That kind of locks me out for a little bit. And now I'm doing damage but no bar control. And this team kind of relies on bar control. And his team just wants to live forever. So that's where we go wrong on this one. Against the Japanese heart with a poop emoji. So I'll remember that when I find the next one. All right, there that one is. That's a win. Can't look at that. Here's a loss. Guerrilla Radio, that guild logo thing, I've seen that one before. They usually have pretty good players. So let's take a look. I don't know if Gemini's the right first pick. I wonder what kind of signals it sends. Maybe Triton's a better first pick. I also kind of want to pick Sierra first pick to bring a really big burst of damage. I think that makes some sense. Hey. So we got double LDs here, the Nephthys and the big old dragon. So we get the defense break, only 1. We get our bar boost. We take all his bar, and let's do it again. Wins a change, sort of sad. And then here comes the hit. Boom, Armageddon. So he is doing kind of what I want to do, but in a safer way with the double LD Nat 5s he has there. The Armageddon off the dragon is particularly brutal. He just can't miss his defense break, and he can't miss his strip because he's got Tiana and Nephthys. So that's the premium version of what I want to do. So good job him. That's a win. That's a loss. Let's look at this one. This is the highest ranked player I think I faced in this little set. And of course, I became lower and lower ranked as time went on. So he first picks Vanessa, which I think is a great first pick. Oh, no, wait. What is this? This isn't even my real team anymore. No, we'll watch this anyway for fun. This is not the new team. This is the old team. It can lose too, so you'll see. It loses just as well. The new Beast Riders are brutal for me because they're anti-cleave units. Like, they cleave you while you're trying to cleave them, but they can't be cleaved. Not in any efficient way, anyway. So, this is dumb. I can't believe I did that. That was so dumb. That's not going to work. So, anyway, yeah, that's what happens there. Okay, let's look at the runes. I really do think watching those that I didn't bring a damage threat. Like, some of these losses, you know, the Poseidon's the damage threat. It was banned. I have no more damage. Like, really, the other ones are damage, and I'll show you the runes in just a second. Was that a loss? That was a loss. Did he ban the Poseidon, though? No, that was just Antares. I think he banned the Poseidon anyway, though. But yeah, so I need to make sure I take Raki or Poseidon, I think, every match. At least for a while. I'll try that out and see. Also, I'm not 100% sure the Bael is doing what I want it to do correctly. So I might move the runes around a little bit. Oh, we got to go into the arena runes. That's right. So here are the runes. Let's see. We'll start with the quick units. Triton is 306, I think. 89, 99, 305. On Nemesis for Leos, you know. So 305 with 85% accuracy. So good job him. Gemini's at 309 with 41% accuracy, which I'm pretty happy with on Destroy. You know, for those long games with Gemini that happen so often, especially when you rune them on flat HP. So that's a Gemini. So those are the two guys that take your stuff. And then we got the Bael. He's rocking 302 with okay little damage. I mean, it's a little bit of something. It's not perfect, but you know, he's 302. So cut him some slack, man. He's doing his best. All right, and then here's the Charlotte. She's at 285. Same kind of situation. Not the best of everything, but you know, she's got accuracy and it's a thing. And then we go into the Raki, who's at 224 on Fatal. Gosh, I wish that was a will rune. But yeah, sped her up a little bit from the past attempt. 224s. It's okay. And then we've got the Poseidon, who's up here. He's at 250, which he gets it done pretty good. I mean, he's hitting pretty hard, I think. 2k attack, 85, 195. So he's the hammer if I can get him in. And then everything else is a fringe pick. But Jamire was picked quite a bit, so we'll show him as well. He's 242, I believe, with pretty good attack, pretty good crit damage on Fatal Will. Is that a speed I missed? I need to fix that. So he could be 245. But yeah, the Will, because he's Jamire, and if I get stunned, then he can save me. Except for when Antares does it, because then it doesn't work. So anyway, that's the team. That's the theory. If you have any questions about it, or you're running it, and you know what I'm doing wrong, please tell me. And yeah, it's nice to try something new. So I'm going to try it at least through these 5 for rune removal days, get a real feel for it, and then reassess and see what I want to do. So hope you guys enjoyed watching it, a little something different. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, everybody.